Hey everybody, Dan O'Hawk 10 here again. Just got through reading an article from the Canadian press, but you can find it over on InfoWars too. And actually, you can find references to it on Yahoo News and Fox News as usual. I'm just going to read you the first paragraph of this because I find this quite alarming, so bear with me as I put my specs on here. Okay, here we go. It says, abandoning all loyalty to the democratic process this nation holds dear, President Obama has made the decision that getting energy tax legislation through Congress with the approval of the American people is just too much of a pain to bother with. Well, pardon me. Um, that that really bothers me a lot. We're too much, the democratic process going through us and getting our approval is too much of a pain. Well, let's review a little bit here, shall we? First came the bailouts, and 80% of us said no, and they did it anyways. Then came Obamacare. 70% of us said no, but they did it anyways. Do you see a little bit of a pattern starting to develop here? They're not listening, people. They're not listening to you. They don't care what you think. They don't care how you feel. I just recently read an article and saw a couple of videos on this new mandate with restaurant chains that have 20 restaurants or more, that now they have to start adding all of the nutritional values and the calories and all that stuff on their menus. Well, you know, if people aren't smart enough to figure out that a bowl of ice cream is fattening, they need some help. It's going to cost these restaurants like, you know, $20, $30, $40,000 to make these changes, and every time they decide to make a little change to that, it's going to cost them this much to make those changes on their menu. So what these restaurants are going to do is they're going to stop expanding. They're going to hold themselves to 19 restaurants, so they're not subject to this, which is what is going to do what, people? It's going to prevent jobs from being created. The chains that are more than 20 now, well, they're likely going to close some of their chains so they can fall below that 20, so they're not subject to that too, which is going to create more unemployment and less job opportunities. This is called micromanaging, people, and there's no room for it anywhere. There's no room for it at the workplace, and there's certainly no room for it on the governmental scale. With this article that I just read, he's going to pass this. He's going to have the EPA decide that CO2 is a dangerous global warming gas, and they're going to start immediately exercising a tax on that, which means gas prices are going to go way up, and it means electrical rates are going to go way up, which is going to make that even less affordable. So when you hear them talking about, oh, we're trying to make everything affordable, come on, people, let's do the math. You know, I mean, we're too much of a pain to bother with. Well, you know, we've also been called useless eaters, and we've also been called astroturf, and now it's being said that we're too much of a pain to deal with. Well, pardon me. You know, I mean, what is it going to take, you guys? What is it going to take for you? I mean, how much of this stuff do they have to do to you before you're going to get angry? I mean, hello? It's time, people. It's time to wake up. This is getting to be ridiculous. I don't know what more to say. I really don't know more what to say. You know, I mean, I've said so many things to you people, and to people that I talk to on the street and whatnot like that, and nobody's listening. Nobody is listening. Well, you know, our backs are up against the wall here, guys, and the things that are going on right now. Set aside the thing that happened in militia last weekend and all of that. Just these other things that you can read about in the news, and you're just not getting it. You're not getting it. You know, um, we've got basically one last chance to deal with this peaceably. I mean, and that's what I want. I want to resolve this issue peaceably. I want to restore our government back to the foundational principles that it was founded on. And we've gotten so far away from that, it's crazy. Most of you, don't even have any idea of what freedom really means anymore, because we've been had this slowly taken away from us and that slowly taken away from us. And, most of you younger people, you don't have any idea what it was like when I was a kid. And I wasn't even free. Freedoms had already been taken away when I was a kid. And it's just, it's getting out of control. It's getting out of hand. These guys are starting to bypass us as a nation and just, via executive order. Oh, we're just going to sign this into law. Oh, we're just going to sign that into law because you people are too stupid to know what's good for you. So we'll take care of it because you're useless eaters, because you're astroturf, and now because you're too much of a pain to bother with. What the hell is up with that? Come on, people. April 15th through the 9th, through the 18th, there's going to be a national strike, and people are not going to be going to work. People are not going to be going to the store. People are going to be pulling their money out of the bank, so that they and to try and hit these people where it hurts. They've been hitting us in our wallets for so long. Maybe it's time that we give them a little taste of their own medicine. And we need each and every American that represents that flag back there. This one right here, the U.S. civil flag. Yeah, that one. Not Old Glory. Old Glory is a military flag, and don't let anybody tell you any different. Study your history, and you'll see that that flag back there behind me, and the one that's on my vest here, is the civil flag. That's the one that represents the sovereign American, which is who you should be, but instead you settle for being a U.S. citizen. Do your history, study your history, read your books, and see what the difference is between the two. I think you'll be amazed and you'll be shocked. Anyways, back to the strike on the 15th through the 18th. We need every American to step forward and do this. Don't go to work. Keep your kids home from school. Don't bank. Don't go to the store. Pull your money out of the bank. Leave the minimum amount in there so you don't have to close your account. But take it out. Don't let them use it. And for a stretch of 4 days, believe me, they'll start to get the message. On the 19th in Washington, there's also going to be an armed march in Virginia, where it is a legal open carry state. And there are going to be thousands of people there. And I highly recommend, if there's any way at all that you can get to Washington, get to Virginia to do this. And they're going to march on the Potomac to make a point to show the government that we've had enough, we're fed up, we're tired of it, and you can't do this anymore. If you don't do this, people, if you don't show the government that we mean that we're tired of it and they can't do it anymore, if you continue to hide your head in the sand, watch your little TV programs, and continue to let them do what they're doing, before you know it, you're not going to have a country anymore. Call me paranoid, call me extreme, you call me what you want. But when they start passing laws through executive order without passing us, tell me that's not extreme. I'm Dan O'Hawk 10, and I'm out.